Hey everyone, so welcome back to this week's market breakdown. First, we're going to look at AUDCAD. This week is going to be a pretty quick one, as the only pair that we'll be focusing on is AUDCAD, and I'm going to explain why we're not going to enter Euro USD. So first things first, AUDCAD. AUDCAD, there's a lot of area that I really like about, and there is a little bit of concern about the details of the structure. So let's just get into it. So first off is the flow of the market, right? Flow of the market, we can obviously see, we can obviously see where it's flowing, right? With all the corrections and continuations, best guess scenario for this correction is a sell, right? So if you can guess 10 times out of 10, and well, if you can guess many times out of the 10 times of the direction in AUDCAD, and if you were to pick to the downside every single time I give you a chance to guess, you would be very profitable, right? It's the same thing in this case, right? If I were to guess in this market direction, which direction it would be going, I would say to the downside. It's an obvious choice to the downside, and that's what we're gonna do here. So the flow of the market, we understand that it's coming to the downside, with all the proof evidence shown in the previous market trend. So flow of the market is good. All we gotta do is focus on the details of the market. The details of the market, although I was a little bit frustrated that it didn't touch to the high side, now that I kind of sit back and look at it, it is pretty good. It's not bad. If it does come down and then come to the upside, we can see ourselves channel within a channel. And for AUD pairs, channel within a channel it's really effective, right? It's like an automatic. I'm not saying 100%, but I am saying that the chances go way higher without it. So I am glad that it's kind of creating ascending within ascending, more like a corrective leg. The concern that I have with this pair is this right here. Although it's not bad, it's still technically one touch. So we don't want multiple touch in this area. It's still technically one touch, but it just looks like three touches. What I also do like about this is the quick impulse to the downside here. The quick impulse. So when it just drops, right? When it drops and then it's having a hard time coming back up again, that's where we sell. That's where we take our opportunity. The other side that we like is section 1. Section 1 here is very corrective. So when we want to get in a trade, we usually want to see, right, a corrective middle section, impulse, corrective third section, sell. Those are the ones that we like to keep an eye on and focus on for a market entry. So everything's on the good, right? And we have market flow, we have the risk to reward 1 to 6, precision, which is going to be good when we enter. The LS, we're going to be risking 1%. So everything's kind of on the up and up. So I really like this pair. So moving on to Euro USD. Euro USD, not so hot, right? First things first is, although we do see the proof, it's small, right? These are all small proof. Small proof is not bad. It's just that you better make sure the structure is good, right? You better make sure your structure is good. And right now, the structure is not too hot. We're kind of seeing a U-turn here. So U-turn, we can usually say that it's gonna break. We don't like that. And plus, the channel here is not the best channel. The gap right here as well, compared to here, it's huge. So it way past the gap. So everything's not looking so good, right? So if it goes up, it's most likely gonna pass up the LS. So I don't really, I don't really feel comfortable with that. So I want to call that off. So there's a concern in the market structure, and the flow is not so hot as well. So I would rather just sit back and watch, put this as a yellow, and kind of just watch what will be going on in this case. And then if we look at, so another indication of whether or not you makes you feel comfortable getting in is that you want to look at the DXY. And in the term of DXY, if I were to guess, yes, it would still be to the upside, right? It would still be to the upside. But if I'm just guessing, not trading, if I'm just guessing, it's still going to the upside. But structure-wise, I have concerns with it. So if I can't have the best educated guess in this, I'd rather just stay out of it instead of just risk my capital in this. USD JPY does look like it's gonna go to the upside. USD Swiss, on the other hand, looks like it's having a breakdown, right? Looks like it's gonna have a break. So how do we read this? Impulse, steep, flag, continuation, a sell. And in this case, Euro USD, we want to sell Euro USD. So it's kind of like not adding the 2 and 2 together. GBP USD, see, there's no market trend. Last leg, impulse. So there's a lot of concerns with Euro USD in this case. I have looked at many other pairs. GBP AUD looks like it's coming to the downside. Impulse, correction. It's an obvious continuation here. All the other pairs, I don't want to waste time on it. I have went over it. It's not too hot. I would rather just wait for something good. So this week is going to be a quick one. CAD Swiss did complete this, so that's what I will be working on now. I want to see why some of these pairs is completing these huge corrections, huge channels. I want to study on why it's happening, why it's completing these. So for another example is EURUSD, this 1 2 3 here, it's a huge 1 2 3. So if we're able to implement this and learn why things are happening the way it is, we can profit off of this. If we kind of see why this is happening, we really can take this opportunity and profit off of this. So this is going to be a quick one. I do want to study these two on why things are happening the way it is. So next week coming up, 1-to-6 ratio, AUD CAD. That's what we'll be focusing on. I know it's a quick one, but we're not going to call out trades that doesn't make sense. We're not going to call out bad trades. And if we call out these bad trades, we want to protect our capital as much as possible. AUD CAD, I'm looking forward to it. I'll give it a better precision call out once it's getting to that area of value. But right now, that's what we're going to be focusing on. All right. Peace out.